Well, first, can you tell me your adoption story?
Yes, I was adopted when I was a baby, and my sister as well. And about 3 years after my adoption, she was adopted. Yeah, we were both born drug exposed, which was a little rocky at the start, but my mom, with love and care and commitment, really helped us. And yeah, we're both doing great. And my little sister, she's 12. She is a straight A student. She is so smart, and she's one of the most amazing, most poised girls that I know. Yeah.
Wow. So did your adoptive family foster you first?
I'm pretty sure, but probably only for a couple months, and then my mom said, I want to adopt her.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's about the time you were in foster care then, it's just a few months?
Yeah, it was just a few months, like at the very beginning.
Yeah. How do you feel about your adoptive parents and the life they made for you?
I'm so thankful for them, and I feel so blessed to have them. It's really an honor to be able to sit here today because, you know, I don't know what would have happened if I wasn't adopted by my parents. They've given me so much love and so much compassion, and I don't know where I'd be without them.
Wow. Have you had any desire to ever meet your biological parents?
I get asked that question a lot, actually, and honestly, I don't want to say no, because I guess I've always been kind of curious, but it wasn't something that I absolutely, had to do.
Did you ever wind up meeting them or no?
No, never.
So if you did have a chance to meet them, what's one thing you would ask them or say to them?
Oh, wow. I'm not sure.
That question came from one of my boys, by the way. You're welcome.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Tell him I said thank you. Wow, I love that question, though. I've never been asked that before. I don't know what I would say. Probably just like, hey, how are you? I'm Rachel.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a little taken back, I'm sure.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I have a relative who was adopted, and in her teen years, she seemed to go through a time of resentment over that. And for a little while, she even seemed to reject her adoptive parents. And she got to meet her biological parents, but eventually moved back closer to her adoptive folks. Did you go through any emotional stuff like that?
No, I didn't. Did she grow up knowing she was adopted, do you know?
Yes, she did know.
Wow, no. Well, I guess everybody's different.
Right.
No, I've never thought of anybody else as my mom or my dad. I mean, it's always been my parents. I think to me it's kind of weird. I don't ever think, oh, you're not my mom. Like that would never happen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. What do you have to say to other kids who are adopted?
I think don't lose hope. You have so many people that love you already, and you're going to find that family and that home and that safety, and everything is going to be great, and don't lose hope.
That's wonderful. And what about, to kids who are in foster care waiting for adoption?
I think the same thing, don't lose hope. And also, I want to say to those kids to find what they love to do. I know that at a very early age, I found out that I love to sing and I love to just move and be in front of people. And so when you put that, into someone, you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do? And I want to hopefully one day start a foundation that kids can go to, in their city, and they can cook and they can, ride their bike and they can skateboard and maybe become a world famous skateboarder one day, or, sing if they want to, do anything and try it all out and see what they want to do for the rest of their lives. I think it's very important to find that one thing that makes you stand out from everybody else.
So you would say then that your parents did that for you?
Yes, most definitely. Always. They always let me know.
How did you find out that you love to sing?
Actually, my mom said when I was about 18 months old, in the back of the car, I would be in my car seat and Breathe by Faith Hill would be on, and I'd be just screaming the lyrics and putting my hands in the air and just really getting into it. And I guess it just stuck. I mean, I've always loved the sound of music. I can almost, when I was little, I could almost like see just like the carpet, be sitting on the carpet and just feeling like the vibrations of the music on the floor and loving that. Like, I love to feel the music. So I think that's where it sort of came in.
Yeah. So what led you to audition for the X Factor at such a young age?
It's so funny. We were sitting at home. I think I was probably coloring, and my sister was like playing with my toes or something weird. And the commercial came on TV, and I was like, Mom, and she was like, hey, that could be kind of fun. So we got up at 3 a.m. and we went in line and waited and got our ticket. And the next day we got up at 4, which is a little later. We waited all day, and I finally auditioned at like 6 o'clock at night. And
wow.
Yeah, and so I made it through the cut. And I was like, okay. So the next day I came and I made that one. And the next day I made that one. It was just sort of a crazy thing that just happened. So, you know, next thing I knew, I was top 5, and I couldn't believe it. So
that's amazing. Well, good for you.
Thank you.
I know people probably make a big deal about your age and say, oh, you're so young, but you are. And it's so wonderful that you've, you know, been able to get so far already.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you think you'll be a foster or adoptive parent someday?
I do, most definitely. I want to adopt kids.
How many do you think you'll have?
I don't know. For some reason, I have my head stuck on an odd number, like 1 or 3. I think that's like a weird thing for me. I don't know why. I've never, maybe 2. Who knows? Well,
I can't wait to see how that works out for you.
Thank you. Me too.
If you had something to say to adults right now who are considering being foster or adoptive parents, what would you tell them?
I would say that it's really cool that they're considering it. So that's really great. And I think just to tell them that what a beautiful experience it is. You know, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be definitely 100% worth it in the long run. And you're helping another person, you know, whether they are, you know, 15 months or 15 years old, you know, you're helping that person, you're giving them your love, and you're bringing them into your home, and, you know, the light from them just exudes, and it makes them feel loved and wanted, and that's the most important thing.
I agree. I agree so much. Thank you, Rachel, very much for your time.
Thank you. Have an amazing rest of your day.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.